Hi, Courtney. How are you?
Hi, Kit. I'm good. Thanks. How are you?
Good, good. I just talked to your lovely actresses, Caitlin and Brianna.
Aren't they great?
Yeah, very, very poised. Obviously they're very inspired by you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So speaking of that, before we get into the movie, I'm curious on your take on, the movement for women to get behind the camera and sort of all of the advantages that are now being given to women to do that. I feel like it's a really great time to sort of explore your creativity as a female director. Do you feel the same way?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's so important that we women have as many opportunities as the men do. And I think it's wonderful that the industry is encouraging that and you see that numbers are changing. I think there's still kind of like this little interesting thing with women in film and male investors that needs to change. But other than that, I think things are doing, much better than they were before. And I encourage women to truly just go after it because we women are very talented and strong. So
So I mean, I'm curious on getting this project done. What was sort of your process, and what obstacles did you find and whatnot?
I think there were a ton of obstacles, but the one thing in getting this project done was just, never giving up. I think there were so many hurdles, but the whole team was just like adamant on making this come to fruition. So from the time that we got the investor on board to finish the script, did 30 drafts, shot it, edited it, and the whole team was just like very eye on the prize, like let's get this done, let's make this the best it can be, and everybody was so supportive. So having that like really strong team and community on this project was the one thing that really kept me going.
Yeah. What about the story it is that drew you to it? I mean, it's fun. It's a lot of
Yeah.
fun and scary.
Yeah, I have never seen seven women be embodied by seven sins, and that was really fascinating. It's an idea I thought of 7 years ago. And then I brought on Erin and Madison as co-writers, and together we kind of crafted the storyline of what it is now. And wanted to shine a light on some taboo topics like religion and LGBT. And I think that, we did that in such a way that doesn't really offend anybody, but it's like very up for your own interpretation type of film, which those are always my favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to the girl, I was asking the girls that did they have a choice on which sin they could be, and they're like, no, not really. We kind of just all. I mean, did you have set ideas on who you wanted to be and which sin and that kind of thing?
Yeah, in the audition process, we brought in some of the girls for one character, but then we would watch them and go like, "Oh, you're perfect for this other one. Like, can you come back and do this one, or can you take this at home?" And they were all willing to just play and try things, and I think that their creative freedom was really inspiring. And what helped cast them the most was creating such a unique and diverse palette and how different they all are.
Yeah.
It was really fun, but we knew instantly that we needed Caitlin for the role. She was incredible and so graceful, and one of the most professional people I've ever worked with, and single-handedly taught me, to have more compassion and empathy. And it was such a joy working with her, and a pleasure and an honor. And Brenna Llewellyn is so talented, such a powerhouse. She was nominated for a Leo Award for her performance, and she really took what we had in mind and ran with it and more. So kudos to her and the rest of the cast. I mean, Brenna Coates, Kim Coates' daughter, she's incredibly talented. Also, grew up
Oh,
in.
she's Kim Coates' daughter.
She
Oh,
is. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, so Kim's been really supportive of the film. He actually was tweeting about it the other day. And to have someone like Kim Coates speaking praises about your movie is just like, what an honor. He's such an incredible talent. So,
Yeah, he can play some creepy guys. He
yeah,
is
he's
definitely
good.
played some creepy guys.
He wants to do comedy. He said to me, we have this film with bikers, and he said I think I'm done doing a biker for a while, and he wants to get into something comedic. I guess he's got quite the funny bone. So that'd be interesting to see.
Well, he's played some. I mean, I actually what I don't know why it's coming to my head, but Waterworld. He plays sort of a interesting, quirky character. He kind of cool comedy in that. I
He's
thought
good
anyway.
at those. He's very well rounded. He can go both ways.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's great. Um, we also talked a little bit about bullying, and the you know how some of these movies can kind of tap into that, and of course, in this situation, it's more of a horror situation, but still, it's there, and I feel like this movie sort of handled that message really well. Was that something you wanted to portray?
Yeah, I have firsthand experience with bullying. I grew up, and in high school, I was gang beat by a group of three older high school women, and forever has scarred me. And just, I was actually rollerblading one time and they grabbed me and threw me in a car and threatened me. And so when they grab Aubrey and take her, just the feeling of that and how scarring and damaging it could be is something that needs to be told, and how important it is to like not be a mean girl. I think is a huge message. And students don't realize, and people don't realize, the damaging effects that it has on not only in-person bullying, but online bullying as well. And so with the film, we hope to show like, don't sin, don't do this, or this is what could possibly happen. Of course, not to that length, that's absolutely crazy, but pushing the boundaries in that to be, an anti-bullying message is more than what we all felt like we needed to do.
So would you find that that was probably one of the more difficult things for you to shoot and write?
I wouldn't say difficult, because we really wanted to tell this story. So the words came to us quite quickly and quite easily. I mean, it's a lot of hours writing, but we spent only a month writing the first draft, and then shortly after wrote 30 drafts. So this story was so unique and fun to write, and the elements were so important that it didn't feel difficult. It felt quite honestly like we were just like channeling this story that needed to be told.
Yeah. Sometimes it's very cathartic,
Yeah.
to do something like that. What was the most fun to do, like for you as a director behind the scenes there? What was the most fun thing that you shot for the film?
I loved the Vanity Fair moment when the girls are all posed in the courtyard at school, and then they're in slow motion and
I love that
they're
stuff.
announcing their characters. It's so like Jawbreaker, Mean Girls-ish, and we just loved those moments. And watching the monitor being so proud of our cinematographer Sterling Bancroft and how he just like nailed our vision was phenomenal.
I love slow-mo. I don't know. There's something about that the slow-mo walk.
Yeah,
I love it. I
classic
love it.
slow-mo walk.
It is. It's fantastic. Are you a horror fan?
I love thrillers. I love psychological thrillers, anything with twists and turns that makes you think. Not so much a horror slasher girl, but I'd say actually my favorite filmmaker of all time is Quentin Tarantino. And I think he does such a lovely job of combining like thriller elements with gore, but also having a very important story with incredibly important messages.
Oh yeah, 100%. Did you see Seven, however? David Fincher's another great director, by the way, but did
Oh
you see
yeah, David Fincher is incredible. I have seen it. I think Brad Pitt is phenomenal in that film.
Oh my God. I was
Yeah.
just saying though, as far as a Seven Deadly Sin type film, that one yours is far more, I mean it was still scary, but at the same time wasn't
I was
as
just like
dark.
rated G compared to those films. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
dark.
We wanted to target a younger audience, so we kind of limited a lot of the graphic stuff.
Yeah. So what's up next for you?
We have a film that's a little bit under wraps that ArcLight is announcing during EFM, but it's called Chapel, so we can stay tuned to find out more. But we also have two upcoming features back to back that we're hoping to shoot. Neon Candy is one of them, and the other is called Croquet. So we're deciding if we're going to shoot those either in Canada or New Mexico, but those are also like, fun female driven thrillers. So we're looking forward to kind of like making our mark in that genre element.
So directing is really it's you caught the bug, right?
Oh, I love it.
Is acting still kind of like, dual thing for you?
No, I've put acting on the back burner, but if the CW network comes knocking, I'm not going to turn them down.
So much,
Thank you
Courtney.
so much.
It was
Then,
great to meet you.
yeah,
And
lovely chatting with you, Kit.
yeah, you too. And I'll look forward to your next projects.
Well, thank you so much.